I'm DINOKE, a motivational speaker, an author, recording artist, among other stuff. I'm excited about talking to people. I'm excited about inspiring people. It's my life, it's my purpose. It's what I wake up in the morning looking forward to do. So please enjoy this beautiful show as we talk more about who I am and the kind of work I do. I believe you'll be inspired, you'll be lifted. Because life can be challenging, but believe you me, I'm here to inspire you and jack you up. Let's talk about the book I've written a couple of years ago. It's a co-written book. It's called Alone in a Shower. I like the concept of the book because the reason why we said alone in a shower. Oftentimes we find ourselves in a crowd. We find ourselves crowded by situations of life. And we don't take time to pause and say, who am I? Where am I heading to? Why do I think the way I do right now? So the book we have written, Alone in a Shower, allows you to look at yourself again, to introspect, self-introspection, to say, who am I? Who's DINOKE? Where am I going? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Remember that life influences you on a daily basis. Your background, your past, even the ideas that you have for the future, they do play a huge role in the way you carry yourself. So Alone in a Shower separates you from the crowd and helps you to center yourself. That is so key. It helps you to center yourself. I mean, have you noticed how many people sing in the shower or when they're taking baths? Even those who don't have nice voices. I mean, that's excluding myself. I can sing, man. I can crack a note and two. You know what I'm saying? But here's an individual. He's taking a shower. There is that place of freedom. There is that place of I'm comfortable, I'm alone, and nobody is there. The book Alone in a Shower helps you to go back to who you are without focusing on what is around you. And I know it's a daunting task because life happens. There are bills to pay, there are kids to take care of, there's a marriage to build and to rescue. But at the end of the day, may you never lose focus on the fact that you were born an individual. Yes, you're not expected to be an island, but at the same time, always remember you are alone internally in that journey. So Alone in a Shower, it will help you to come back to your basic self, the self that you've lost, like I've mentioned, in the crowd. I mean, we talk about the shower as a metaphor. We use it as a symbol to say a shower, it's a place of privacy. It's a place of where you can be yourself, you can be unique without being judged. Like I've mentioned, people sing in the shower. And some of them, they sound terrible, but this is what I like. Because of the echo that bounces in the shower, it gives them the illusion that they can sing. And I know I was reading one book. This guy said he comes up with the best ideas when he's taking a shower. And I said to myself, it's exactly the experiences that I've experienced in my life. I've gone through this. When I'm alone in a shower, because my mind is free from being judged, is free from being critical and analyzing myself so much to a point where I paralyze myself. So the book Alone in a Shower stimulates you in a nutshell to come back to who you are, to recognize that yes, you are hurting, because oftentimes we try to move too fast. You're hurting, but guess what you do? You do not take time to acknowledge the pain. And I'm not saying dwell there, but I'm simply saying acknowledge it. You know, Dr. Phil McGraw, he said something that makes sense to me. He said you will not heal until you take responsibility of the pain that you are feeling inside. Meaning, acknowledge the fact that you are hurting. Alone in a Shower, it's a book that is written from our own experiences. My brother and I, we grew up in a village. I've been a shepherd. There's a chapter there that talks about being a shepherd. I've been a shepherd. I know what it means to look after cattle. I know how it feels like to look after the sheep and the goat. And you might be saying, KC, are you serious about that? Absolutely. I might sound the way I do. I might look the way I do, but I know where I come from. And something that has helped me to stand out from the crowd is the fact that I did not allow my environment to define me. Your environment, like Steve Harvey would say, allow it to redefine you, but not necessarily to define you. When you are defined, you take a permanent posture. But when you are redefined, it talks about flexibility. So your situation is pushing you to the left or to the right, and you find the middle point. Alone in a Shower will really inspire you. Take time to read it. I believe it will take you to another level. Thank you. Let me take you through this book, Alone in the Shower. We have a couple of chapters there. We basically call them languages. We have a language of a horse. So we use a horse because a horse is a strong animal. It's used for power. It's used for durability, endurance. Why a horse? Life will demand that you grow thick skin, whether you like it or not. Otherwise, it'll mess you up. There's so many people, they fold their arms and they say, you know what, my life has been hectic, therefore I have a reason not to make it. Be like a horse. Be able to pull your carriage in life. Because life comes with carriages. You have burdens, you have stuff in your bag that you need to deal with. And a horse has the capacity to pull the carriage, even when it's not an easy load. The same thing applies when it comes to you. You need that tenacity. You need that mental strength to pull the baggages of your life, bad, good, or ugly. All those things rest upon your shoulders. That's the language of a horse. Let me take you through a language of milk. Simple as that, milk. You know, it talks about timing. Every milk that you buy, it has an expiry date. And if you do not consume that milk at a certain time, guess what's going to happen? It will go off. It goes off, it's a problem. Now you have wasted your money because your timing was not on point. What must you do? You need to understand that life is about seasons. So understand the season that you are in. Understand how to maximize on the season. Come the season, you do not fold your arms and say, I'll wait for another bus to come. What if that bus is on strike? Like we had a strike, is it last week or 2 weeks ago? So what must you do as an individual? Maximize in the moment. Live in the moment. I think it's T.D. Jakes. He wrote a book where it's talking about how to maximize in the moment, how to make sure that now counts. You do not postpone what you need to do today in the name of procrastination. As the white man has said, the English language, procrastination is what? You got it right. A thief of time. So here is the language of milk. Milk should be consumed at a certain time. It simply talks about timing. It talks about execution. It talks about being precise about your action. Stop lazing around. It's high time you pick yourself up. You've been sitting on that couch for how long now? It's been 2 hours, 3 hours watching TV, watching people making money. Isn't it shocking? And every time the song comes that you like, you clap and you dance, and there's nothing wrong with that because it works on your emotions. So it inspires you somehow. But here's my concern. You are watching people generating enormous income because you are wasting your own time. Let me give you another language in this book, Alone in a Shower. Language of an ant. Look at an ant. We have an example even in the Bible where it talks about an ant is not lazy. These small insects are busy. Have you seen them? They are busy making sure that they take food from wherever they can find food, put those pieces of rice somewhere, store them for what? For winter seasons. Life will offer you winter. It's not always summer. So instead of folding your arms and thinking that abundance will always be available, learn even to budget. Don't eat everything from your salary or whatever, wherever you get your money from. Make sure that you maximize at that moment. You gather what you need to gather when everything is looking rosy. They say the best time to prepare for war, it's not when war, it's now in your kitchen. No, it's when there's peace. So the perfect time to prepare for something that you might not like in the future, it starts now. You prepare today. That's the language of an ant. I hope we're making sense. I hope this book is going to stimulate you. Make sure that you grab it because it's going to transform your life. And once your thinking pattern is transformed, your life is forced to change. That's how we get transformed at the end of the day. That's my story. And that's the story of our book. Let's talk about what you can pick up from this book, Alone in a Shower. One primary reason why we wrote the book from pain. I remember one of my lecturers once said, do not waste your pain. And for me, it came as a surprise to say, How do you say I must not waste my pain? Pain is something that we want to eradicate immediately. We want to get rid of it. But he said, don't waste your pain. And this is the context that he was coming from. For instance, you look at Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey was raped, lost a baby when she was still in her tender years. That's pain. Oprah Winfrey struggled and was raised by her grandmother. That's pain. But this is what I liked about her. She maintained a positive attitude in the midst of that pain. Let's talk about Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer is running one of the biggest ministries on TV. And this woman has impacted millions and millions of lives on planet Earth. Let me tell you about this woman. Do you know that before the age of 18, she was raped over 200 times? Sounds crazy, right? But that's the truth. And she was raped by who? Her biological father. The father would take her to the graveyard. I mean, can you imagine the trauma that she was going through? Since she was still small, up to 18, she was raped over 200 times. What does she do today? She shares her life stories, her pain, and we buy her books, then we buy her CDs, we buy her DVDs, we attend her seminars. She's turning that pain into something called painkillers, as motivational speakers will say. So the book will teach you not to waste your past, not to waste your pain, because your pain can be exchanged and become your treasure. So instead of complaining, take that pain, just like clay, formulate something beautiful, a piece of art. At the end of the day, Alone in a Shower book has helped you to discover that your pain should not be wasted. Your pain is valuable. Stop living in regret. You can't change what happened yesterday, but you can do something with that pain. You can convert it into something valuable. I'm Casey DINOKE, and we're talking Alone in a Shower. You might be watching this and say, Casey, I hear you talking about Alone in a Shower book, but where can I get hold of the book? Because obviously it's inspirational. You've asked the most amazing, wise question ever. You can get this book from Dexterity Store. Dexterity Store. Just go online and check the book or the company, Dexterity Store. And all the information that you need will definitely be there. Or just call me on 084 200 5469. 084 200 5469. If you don't like sending WhatsApps or SMS, go to Facebook, man. My Facebook page is KC DINOKE Motivations. That's KC DINOKE. KC DINOKE Motivations. Send me an inbox. You will access the book. It will inspire you and make you the legend that you were created to be. Thank you for that.